Okay, now, Pastor Daniel Martin, first of all, let me ask you your church affiliation and what you're doing today.
Well, I pastor Bethel Church, and I'm carrying a cross through the city. I've done this since July. I did it in 1987, did it in 1995. I covered all the city between last July and now, and Craig and Selma, and I went back to the rough areas of Selma again, and I've done all of Selma on that side of 80, and now today I'm starting on this side of 80.
So why do you think it's necessary, and why the cross? What are you doing? You're praying for the city, and why the cross?
I'm praying for the city. I'm just telling people that God's got a good plan for their life. I've got a card that I give out. I've got New Testaments I give out. And the card says God's got a good plan for your life, no matter where you are, no matter why you are where you are. And we've got so many people in our city that have no hope, and they need hope. And Jesus took care of the where and the why on the cross. On the cross, He died so that it doesn't matter where we are, doesn't matter why we are where we are. Jesus came to give us life. All of us, no matter how broken, no matter how lost, no matter what our situation is. He came to give us hope. He came to give us salvation. He came to give us life.
Now, you said you've given out 12,000 of those cards?
I've given out 12,000 of those cards in the city since July.
Just in Selma and
Selma and Craig.
And so what kind of response and reaction, feedback have you gotten from the people? Tremendous. I'm in some tough places, and I get some rejections, and I get some threats every now and then, but 99% of the time when I leave those areas, it's with handshakes, it's with prayers, it's with smiles, and God's just melting things down. Not many people can turn you aside when you tell them God's got a good plan for their life. What made you do this? What inspired you? Where did you get the idea from? Or were you inspired? Or what happened? What's the story?
Well, I first did this in 1987. All through every street in the city, and Craig and Selma again. And I was just, I had seen Arthur Blessed at a conference in Dallas, Texas, and he's the one that's walked all over the world with a cross. And I first got the idea from him on that. And this is the same cross I've carried. This is my 4th time around with this now.
How much does it weigh?
65 pounds.
Is it what kind of a burden is that for you?
It feels good. It feels good on my shoulder.
How long does it take you to do a day? How much time do you put in a day?
Anywhere from 3 to 6 hours.
This is your mission?
It's my mission right now. I pastor a church here as well, but this is my heart, and I love it. I love it.
Which church do you pastor?
I pastor Bethel Church here in Selma. Been here for 42 years.
And so why do you think it's necessary now at this time for you to do this?
We need Jesus more than ever. We need Jesus. If we can't turn this around, and the only place we're going to turn it around is through the church in the streets. And if we don't turn this around, we're down the tubes. As a city, as a nation, we've got to have God back in His right place. And it starts with just one life at a time, one life at a time.
You think you're making a difference?
God is making a difference. And not only that, the difference that's being made this time, I did not have near the response any of the other times I've done this. But what's making the difference right now is people are praying. People are praying. I've got over 600 people on my text list, and then I've got an email list, and they tell me that it's on Facebook. I don't do Facebook, but they tell me it's out there, and people are praying. People are praying. I send out a report after every text, after every walk rather, and as soon as I send that report out, my phone just keeps dinging with responses and people saying, I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying. And that's what's moving the thing. That's what's releasing the power on the streets. I don't think I'd be alive today if it had not been for the prayers of the people.
they're praying. And God says in James 5, in the Amplified Bible, he says, the earnest, heartfelt, continued prayer of a righteous man makes tremendous power available, dynamic in its working. And that's what's happening here. God is releasing his power. God is releasing protection. God is releasing life, salvation through what's happening here. And it's on the prayers of the saints.
Do you have a Facebook page or a website?
I don't have either one, no.
Where do you send your report?
I send it out through text. I have 600. I have over 600 people on my text list.
Wow. Okay, and then they do the rest.
They do the rest.
Anything you'd like to say to the audience that's watching you and listening today?
Yes. I believe this has just come to me in the last several weeks. Jesus talked about in Luke 19 about how horrible devastation was going to come to the people of that day. And this was just right after Palm Sunday, right after he came into the city, and he was weeping over the city. And he said, you're going to be destroyed. There's not going to be one stone left on another, because you didn't know the things that make for your peace, and you didn't know the hour of your visitation. And Jesus is visiting this city this hour. We've got a window of time that he's wanting us to respond and get serious about this thing. He's wanting us all to get out of our comfort zones, tell the people in our sphere every day, our world every day, about Jesus. Release hope into their lives.
Let me be a little more specific, and then we're going to conclude. When it comes down to, do we have a race problem in Selma? Do we have a poverty problem in Selma? Do we have a crime problem? And what is the root of these problems?
We have a sin problem. We have a sin problem, and it manifests itself in all of those things you've named. And so, yes, all of those things are problems. But we've got a sin problem. We've got a godless problem. We've shoved God out of our schools. We've shoved him out of all kinds of our lives. We've brought materialism in as our God, and we've got to change. We've got to change.
So if we put God back and make him the center and the head of everything, you think that will correct these problems?
Absolutely. That's his promise in 2 Chronicles 7:14. He says, if you'll do 4 things, I'll do 3. He says, if you'll humble yourself, pray, seek my face. And we don't even know what that is. But he's wanting us to seek him more than we seek any other thing. And turn from their wicked ways. He says, I will hear from heaven, forgive their sins, and heal their land. A healed land is what we want here. And it's available in God. And God's giving us a window of opportunity. I have great hope. I've got great hope. I really, really do. The more I walk with this, the more hope I have. God's up to something here.
I'm going to record you. Which way are you going?
I'm heading down this way, and then I'm taking Bradford Circle, and then I'm going Sand Street, back into this section up in here.
How do you get home?
I've got a truck. Do you know John Earl Harris?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he goes to my church.
Okay.
I'm his pastor, and I use his truck. We swap vehicles, and it's parked up at the United Station.
Well, good.
And,
okay.
And I walk all this, and I'll do as many streets up this way as I can, then I come back to the truck and...
Well, that's good. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, well, that's fine.
For a while, he was shuttling me every day back and forth, and we figured this was better for both of us.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. And I just wanted to get, thank you for doing the interview. And I wanted to make sure I got a good picture of you. Yes, sir. Brother Martin,